Hello everyone, and welcome back to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. I'm thrilled you're here because today we're peeling back the curtain on the couple who can step onto any set, any carpet, any quiet street and somehow make it feel like a scene designed just for them, Barış Baktas and Yağmur Yüksel. We're talking about the little decisions that add up to that effortless glow, the disciplined rituals behind their red carpet poise, and the finely tuned taste that keeps their everyday looks feeling both relatable and aspirational. If you've ever wondered how their complexions stay camera-ready, how their outfits strike that sweet spot between timeless and now, or how their hair always seems to fall exactly where it should, settle in, because we're going to unravel it all. And before we dive in, tap subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss what we uncover next on Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Let's begin where the story of their magic is easiest to see. The clothes, the textures, the lines that catch the light and quietly tell you who they are before they've even said a word. What sets Barış and Yağmur apart isn't just beauty or charisma. It's consistency. It's how every choice feels intentional. When it comes to fashion, their range is the first thing that hits you. One evening it's a midnight suit with a razor-sharp silhouette for him and a column dress with fluid grace for her. The next day it's jeans, a hoodie, and a blazer for him, and for her, a breezy dress anchored by sneakers that somehow read elegant rather than casual. They don't lock themselves into a single lane. But there are patterns that reappear, the kind of signatures you only notice after you've watched them for a long time and realized nothing is accidental. Take accessories, for instance. They never pile them on haphazardly, they anchor looks with them. Timepieces for Barış are more than a wrist habit, they're punctuation marks. One day a sleek vintage-inspired piece with a leather strap, the next a modern steel bracelet that mirrors the lines of his suit. Belts matter. Sunglasses matter. The right shape changes the entire mood of his face. And for Yağmur, a bag can be the spark. Structured handbags that add instant architecture to a soft dress, crossbody styles for off-duty days when she wants hands-free but still wants polish. And the jewelry, the jewelry. She gravitates toward minimal, luminous pieces, thin gold hoops, narrow bangles, skin-kissing chains that add a quiet gleam without stealing the scene. Then, when she wants a conversation piece, she'll slip on a sculptural ring or a single statement necklace and let it do the talking. Now, silhouettes. This is where you really see their discipline. Barış knows exactly which cuts lengthen and sharpen, and he returns to them without apology. Two-piece suits with easy shoulders that move when he does. Blazers that hit just so, paired with trousers or dark denim that fit close but never tight. When he breaks with tailoring, he does it with intention, a relaxed bomber against crisp trousers, a lightweight knit beneath a structured coat. And for Yağmur, silhouette is a game she plays and wins. She loves dresses that trace the waist but let the fabric flow from the hip. At other times, she'll flip the equation, wide-leg trousers with a fitted top, or an oversized blazer cinched at the middle to create that quiet drama you feel before you name it. Suits are a constant for both of them, whether formal or casual, and their tailoring is meticulous. The fabrics explain why everything hangs like it was made for them, which it often is. Silk that drapes like a whisper, linen that breathes and softens into the skin, fine wool that doesn't crease under a lens. Even when you'd swear you're looking at something simple, the material gives it away. There's a premium hand to what they wear, an integrity that makes the garment photograph the way a cheaper version just doesn't. They also know the language of color. Their foundation is neutral, black, white, camel, charcoal, because it gives them an easy canvas. But they aren't shy about a jolt of saturation or a print that steals a frame in the best way. A deep emerald suit on Barış that turns his eyes into something almost magnetic. A blush-toned dress on Yağmur that seems to catch daylight even indoors. Give her pastels and she floats. Give him earthy tones and he grounds the room. And when they print with care, a single floral that breathes rather than shouts, a subtle check that adds texture more than noise. It's a masterclass in picking what flatters their undertones and amplifies what's already there. Now, the part that seems like alchemy until you know how much work goes into it, beauty. Both of them approach skin like it's a long game, not a quick fix. They hydrate from the inside, water bottles are a constant, not a prop, and they hydrate from the outside like it's a religion. Their moisturizers aren't afterthoughts, they're chosen for performance, not hype. Think light but thorough layers in the day, richer textures at night. Hyaluronic acid for bounce, glycerin for glide, oils that seal without smothering. If you ever wondered why their skin looks plump on a Tuesday as well as a premiere night, that's why. And they do not play with the sun. Daily SPF, rain or shine, heat or cold, because cameras don't forgive the quiet damage that creeps in without fanfare. Broad spectrum, high protection, reapplied when needed. You'd be surprised how many glow routines boil down to this simple shield. Cleansing is where they draw the line between skin that looks good now and skin that looks good always. When makeup is heavy or the day is long, it's double cleansing, a balm or oil that dissolves the day, followed by a gel or cream that actually cleans the skin, not just the product. The result isn't squeaky, it's receptive. Which is the point, because what you put on after only works if the canvas is ready. Their treatments are targeted, not trendy. Vitamin C for brightness and protection against the stuff the city throws in the air. Niacinamide for texture that looks refined under bright light, for pores that mind their business, for skin that behaves. They exfoliate gently, choosing formulas that melt dead skin without scraping at it, because the goal is always calm radiance, not shock. Over time, that's how you get skin that doesn't need to hide, skin that has the kind of clarity that makes makeup look like less even when it isn't. Makeup, for both, tends to be an enhancer rather than a mask. On a regular day, Yağmur will keep it light, a tinted base that evens without turning opaque, a strategic concealer that erases what doesn't need to be there, a flush on the cheeks that reads health rather than product, and mascara that wakes up the eyes while pretending it isn't there. Pink and peach tones are her sweet spot, they soft light the face and give that fresh finish that feels alive, not performed. For special nights, she'll dial up without losing herself. A thinner than thin liner that elongates without shouting, earthy shadows that frame rather than paint, and a lip that listens to the outfit, nude when the dress speaks, rose when she wants balance, velvet red when the mood is cinematic. The finish is always precise, whether she's with a trusted artist or doing it herself, because precision is part of the brand. For Barış, grooming looks invisible, which is why it works. A whisper of tinted moisturizer for the kind of uniformity you can't quite place, brows brushed to shape but never stiff, a touch of balm that reads healthy rather than glossy. Camera ready without ever betraying effort. Hair is the final chapter, and they write it clean. Shine without heaviness, movement without flyaways. That doesn't happen by accident. They invest in shampoos and conditioners that treat the scalp as much as the lengths, masks that bring hair back to its best after heat and styling, and serums that protect rather than merely perfume. Heat tools aren't the enemy, but they're used with protection and purpose. Straight, wavy, pinned, or undone, her hair always keeps a finished edge, his toggles between textured ease and groomed refinement depending on the suit, the light, the story they need to tell. You'll catch him with waves that look like a sea breeze did the work, and then with a clean, controlled style that sharpens cheekbones and angles. With her, you'll see a glossy blowout one week and an ethereal updo the next, strands left free enough to catch the light. The real secret is repetition. Picking what works and returning to it. Knowing that the product you chose last month will behave the same way this month. When something new enters the routine, it earns its spot. That's the quiet truth behind their polish, reliability layered over curiosity. So when they step out and everything looks seamless, it's because the pieces have been tested, loved, and folded into a system that leaves nothing to chance. In the end, the lesson of Barış Baktas and Yağmur Yüksel is not about chasing perfection. It's about curation. In fashion, they prioritize fit, fabric, and the architecture of accessories. In beauty, they respect hydration, protection, and careful cleansing, and then tailor smart treatments to what their skin actually needs. In makeup, they celebrate what's already there. In hair, they balance health with style. That combination is why they never look overdone, only inevitable, like this was the only way the scene could have unfolded. Before we wrap, think about what from their playbook could be yours. Maybe it's choosing a color that loves your skin as much as you love it. Maybe it's buying one structured bag that makes every simple outfit look finished. Maybe it's saying yes to SPF every single morning and no to the idea that glow is a filter rather than a practice. Whatever you take, make it yours, the way they've made theirs unmistakably them. That's it for today's deep dive. Tell me, which revelation about Barış and Yağmur surprised you most? Was it the way a blazer changes the story of a t-shirt, or how a quiet gold hoop can outshine a roomful of statement gems? Do you already double cleanse, or is sunscreen about to become your new best habit? Drop your thoughts below, I read all of it. If you enjoyed this peek behind the scenes and learned a trick you'll actually use, give this video a like, share it with a friend who loves a good glow up, and of course, subscribe to Turkish Spotlight Secrets and ring that bell so you never miss our next reveal. Until then, keep your fabrics honest, your lines clean, your skin protected, and your style personal. We'll see you in the next one.